What's up, everybody? Hot D continued its dominance tonight with another phenomenal episode. There will, of course, be spoilers here in my review, so you've been warned. Now let's get into the episode. I'm going to start it off with the green team here, and before we even start, I love this episode, so I really don't have anything at all negative to say about it. Anyway, this episode opened up with a great shot of the Lannister soldiers marching, and I just wanted to acknowledge that before I get into the royalty side of things from this episode. That all starts with Aemon, who stepped in as king after his brother's accident, which is a light way of putting it for Aemon, and he's just as impatient with his council as Aegon was, but he's a little more intimidating and much more composed than his little brother. So these scenes are even better with Aemon at the head of the table. It was also hilarious as he sends Cole away to spite his mother, seemingly, and also he's very anxiously awaiting the opportunity to meet his uncle Daemon in battle. Oh, and he also kicked Alicent off the council, which is maybe the funniest thing this show has done so far. And later on, Larys is campaigning to be his new hand and gets absolutely pummeled as as Aemond reveals he's bringing the goat Otto Hightower back, and that's before he goes in to torment his brother, who's currently sleeping 9 of every 10 hours after Aemond burned him. Then, since she was kicked off the council by her own son, Alicent goes back into full mom mode, sitting by Aegon's side. She's also worrying about her father Otto, who she doesn't know Aemond has asked to be his hand because he hasn't responded to any of her ravens so far. Then, when she tries to comfort Helena by taking her to light a candle for Aegon, there's absolute chaos in the streets after this chaotic stretch of their lives because the unrest in the streets was caused by Rhaenyra sending the people who are starving food. That was an absolutely incredible scene with great performances from both Olivia Cook and Fia Sabin amidst the chaos here. Finally, there is Larys, who, after being verbally assaulted by Aemond, goes to Aegon's side to give him counsel once again after being accepted as his master of whisperers just shortly before he got toasted. Moving on to Team Black, though, it's a lot of the same. A whole lot of positives and just one little eye rolling moment. But that one moment didn't stop Emma Darcy from absolutely owning this episode. I mean, truly an incredible episode for the true Queen Rhaenyra as she starts out by recruiting the Darkland man who has the faintest Targaryen lineage to be a dragon rider. That goes just about as good as you think it would as he's torched by sea smoke, but this dragon pit or cave, whatever it was and you want to call it, looks so damn cool. The best scene of this week's episode, though, was when Rhaenyra just turns and bitch slaps Lord Bartimos after he runs his mouth at her, reminding him that he should in fact fear her. My one complaint came though after when her and Jace started butting heads again. I mean, I thought we were over this. I guess we're not. It's whatever. I'll deal with it. This show is too good for me to get super upset over this. I'm just a little bit sick of it. Anyway, the biggest move of the Dance of the Dragon so far was pulled off this week by Rhaenyra and Mysaria as they sent the starving people of King's Landing boatloads of food. I mean, literal boatloads. That bond, it continues to be one of my absolute favorites, and they have an incredibly powerful scene at the end of the episode here where Mysaria reveals her dark past, and it concludes in my absolute favorite scene in Game of Thrones history. Then, over at Harrenhal, Daemon sees his brother Viserys as Considine returned for two phenomenal scenes this week. The first saw Viserys and Daemon at each other's throats bickering as they did, but the second showed Daemon being there and actually being a brother to Viserys as he comforts him during a loss. It was a great episode for Daemon, and Matt Smith was absolutely terrific, especially during the emotional stuff. Finally, there's both of Corlys's bastards. You know, I get them mixed up, so I'm not even gonna try names right now. But I really like that the one is still shaving his head to hide his silver hair, while the other rocks the dreads proudly, although not silver, and is ultimately seeked out by Sea Smoke towards the end of the episode, as it seems she has a new rider, which is going to be epic. And so that'll do it for my review of episode 6 from Hot D Season 2. Another strong episode from a great show in an even greater universe. I love that Otto's coming back, but with things swinging in their favor, I'm gonna have to stay Team Black through the finale, but really, I just can't wait for each week's episode. That's all I care about. Let me know what you thought of episode 6, though, down in the comments below. Make sure you have a great day.